A quest for gold and friendship. Percy grew up on a farm. Like all young boys, he harbored a dream of becoming a hero. He always wanted to do something special, preferably something that would make him famous. While sorting the afternoon mail one day, Percy was captivated by a news report on gold prospecting in wild territories beyond borders. Inspired, he decided to leave the family farm and embark on a quest, prospecting by the mountain river. After Percy left the farm for his to the gold mines, he chanced upon Jim, a guide well-versed in their destinations. After some deliberation, they decided to pitch a temporary camp near a river flowing through the mountains. Once settled, they surveyed the surrounding land with keen eyes, attempting to pinpoint the most likely spots for gold. As they became more acquainted with the terrain, Jim and Percy wielded their shovels, hoping to discover valuable ore deposits. Borderline discovery. During an afternoon patrol, Percy stumbled upon a litter of newborn puppies and their mother nestled in the thier of a tree near the border of their camp. The little critters playfully shuffled around their mother, emitting soft barks into the air. Despite this heartwarming scene, one puppy seemed out of place. It curled up alone in the shadow of a nearby fern, lacking the energy and pump of the other pups. Upon closer inspection, Percy noticed that this little one appeared particularly weak. Rescue of the Runt. Seeing the little tired runt in distress, Percy couldn't help but feel concerned. Carefully, he approached it step by step to avoid startling it. Gently gathering the puppy in his hands, he brought it back to the camp. Percy quickly prepared suitable nourishment from stored food and did his best to care for the frail creature, stroking its head tenderly, hoping for the best. He decided to name it Jock, a name that resonated with strength. Whenever he wasn't busy searching for gold or attending to camp duties, Percy always made sure to find Jock to ensure that it received the necessary care and companionship. The training of an adventure dog. Day by day, under Percy's constant attention and care, Jock regained his health and began to grow into a fine specimen of a dog, brimming with strength and stamina. Percy closely observed the canine and quickly recognized the dormant potential within him. With determination, he resolved to shape Jock into an excellent hunting dog and mountain companion. Thus, he devised a systematic training plan intended to finally free Jock's potential. Jock instantly embraced the challenges of training. Trial in the wild and untamed woods. As the training days waned into their twilight, Percy witnessed Jock's advancement and deemed it fitting for a true trial, a real hunt. On their inaugural hunting expedition, in a bid to safeguard Jock's welfare, Percy opted for modest prey, a wild rabbit. Amidst the sprawling, untamed wilderness, Jock swiftly manifested not only an affinity for the trail, but also an innate hunting ability. It adeptly tracked, chased down, and seized the rabbit, a consummate to its hunting prowess and a tangible outcome of Percy's dedicated training. The primal forest echoed with the triumph of their partnership. Night of the Lone Wolf. One night, as the moon ascended the somber pyres, the tranquility of the camp was shattered by furtive steps in the shadows. Amidst the deep slumber, a lone wolf, propelled by hunger and audacity, sought to breach the camp perimeter. Everyone was oblivious to the looming danger except for Jock, who was vigilant under the stars. Jock's ears pricked up, attuned to the night, its watchful gaze fixed on the stealthy silhouette, the predator, a singular and lethal purpose. Confronted by the wolf, Jock did not flinch. Instead, it sprang into action. Firmly holding its ground against the black beast, Jock also aroused his companions from their slumber. With Percy and Jim awakened, the lone wolf sensed its vulnerability and retreated from the camp, disappearing into the night. In hot pursuit, Jock chased the fleeing wolf across the bridge, plunging into the vast forest. Fixated on the wolf, he was oblivious to straying far from the camp's safety, eluding Percy's frantic attempt to catch up. As the wolf melted into the shadows of the forest, Jock belatedly recognized the unfamiliar terrain, realizing he was severed from his pack. Although he used his keen sense of smell to trace back to the camp, the relentless weather thwarted his efforts, leaving him disoriented and directionless. The forest swallowed Jock's lonely silhouette as he toiled to find his way home. Hunting in solitude. Now completely isolated, Jock employed its hunting prowess to forage for food. Relying on smell, sight, and hearing, it adeptly pursued and caught its prey, essential to maintaining the energy it needs to live in the wild. Seeking refuge from an unforeseen downpour, Jock chanced upon a dilapidated house. There, beneath the eaves, it huddled in solitude, escaping the rain's relentless assault. The uncertainty of reuniting with its companions lingered in the air, a poignant echo in the wilderness. Hope found in the wilderness. Meanwhile, Percy combed the endless forest, searching for any trace of Jock's presence. He scrutinized every minute clue, leaving no stone unturned, examining paw prints that might bear Jock's mark, tracing the trail the canine might have traversed. After several grueling days of searching, finally, one afternoon, Percy discovered Jock sheltered beneath the eaves of that long-forgotten house. The sight of Jock brought a flood of relief. Percy's heart beat with immense joy. Without hesitation, he swept Jock into his arms, embracing his faithful companion in a warm hug. Jock shook with excitement. Light shone from his eyes, and a bark escaped his mouth that could only express pure happiness. Wild Waters Assistance. As Percy poled the wild waters, serendipity unfolded as a huge water buffalo swam towards them. After observing for a brief span, Percy discerned the buffalo's willingness to aid their crossing. Acting promptly, he looped a lengthy rope around its head and securely fastened the other end to the bamboo raft. Seated on the raft, aided by the beast's strength, the two companions navigated the expanse of the lake successfully, continuing their journey to the camp. The rhythmic sound of the buffalo's powerful strokes echoed across the water, harmonizing with the wild symphony of the forest. What keeps a dog down? Having endured a stretch of solitude and tribulation, Jock arrived at camp bearing evident distress. The dog's temperature had risen and its appetite had vanished. Percy exerted every effort to aid his ailing companion, ensuring the utmost comfort. Percy fed Jock warm bone broth in hopes of easing his pains. By the campfire, in the stillness of the night, Percy sat silently beside the fatigued and pained dog, offering solace and companionship. Occasionally, he would reach for his guitar and play, the notes resonating in the wilderness, a balm for Jock's afflictions. The onslaught of the mighty lion. One day, an unforeseen crisis shattered the tranquility. A fierce lion charged into the camp, instigating panic among the group. Despite his ailment, Jock, at a disadvantage in size and strength, instinctively confronted the frightful beast, fulfilling its role as the guardian of his pack. Bravely standing its ground against this mighty foe, Jock faced the lion in a courageous battle under the treetops, engaging in a death-defying struggle that resulted in a serious injury to his leg. Fear in the heart of the lioness. As the lion's threat drew near, Percy swiftly seized a torch, positioning himself between Jock and the approaching danger, a clear gesture of his determination to shield his loyal companion. Simultaneously, Jim prepared with a bow and arrow, serving as backup. He aimed at the lion, biding his time for the opportune moment to strike a killing blow. After the initial clash with the lioness's fury subsided, yielding to the inevitability of the situation, it uttered one last defiant roar before retreating into the depths of the forest, leaving the expedition team shaken and smarted. A journey beyond wealth and gold. In the aftermath of the conflict, Jock's wounds were dire. Percy, realizing that his precious companion meant more to him than any amount of gold or silver hidden beneath the earth, embraced Jock as his priceless and loyal friend. While still harboring a desire for wealth, he understood that pursuing this perilous quest for gold could place Jock in mortal danger. After weighing his options, Percy made his choice to abandon his wild dreams of striking it rich. He took the tired and injured Jock home, ensuring that his brave companion could recover. For Percy, Jock's health and happiness held far greater value than any ore could yield. They finally left the untamed wilderness behind, finding a new home on the range. Percy brought the wounded Jock back to his house to recover from his wounds. While lingering injuries from its encounter with the ferocious lion, Jock was on the mend and slowly began to integrate into farm life. During the healing process, he forged bonds with fellow animals on the farm: ducks, sheep, chickens, and more. As the days turned into weeks, Jock discovered that these creatures had become his newfound companions, forming bonds that transcended the limits of species and forming another kind of pack, bound by the shared rhythm of farm life. The farm began to feel like home, a peace as precious as gold. As the seasons flowed into years, Locke's leg mended under the patient watch of time. Adaptation, a silent dance with life's changes, became second nature as he embraced domestic life, far removed from the rugged terrain of untamed hills. Amidst the rhythm of the farm, Locke discovered a peace, a quietude foreign to the relentless wild. Percy's loyalty remained unwavering, a steady anchor in this new life, complemented by the daily cadence of the farm's routine, where the barn thrived with the whispers of contented animals. And so, under the open skies and rolling hills, Locke found his home.
ब्राहे क्रम सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें और शेयर करें।